Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host Pubo Rama, and in today's video we're going to be talking about passive income. This is one of the more preferred ways to earn money, because while you're grinding special cargo, the Cayo Perico heist, whatever it is, you have a bunch of these businesses in the background that are able to earn you even more money. Some of them are worth your time, some of them aren't. In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing my grinding routine as a player who has earned a boatload of money and how you can take advantage of all the passive businesses. With that being said, well, let's start off with the passive businesses I would recommend to use and the ones I wouldn't recommend to use. Bad passive businesses, we have the bail office. The bail agents themselves cost a lot of money, and therefore it's not really worth the return on investment, especially with GTA 6 coming in a year from now. We have the motorcycle club businesses. I think these are the worst ways to earn money in the game. The only motorcycle club business that might be worth it is the Coke lockup because it has good hourly income. The problem is the sale missions take so long to complete that you're usually just better off completing a Cluck and Bell farm raid instead of spending 30 minutes on a single post-op sale mission. Some of them you can't even complete, which is really tragic. So I don't like that at all. But apart from the motorcycle club and the bail office, most of the other ones are pretty normal. I mean, most people don't even know you can earn income passively with the clubhouse. I wouldn't recommend to do it, but you can. So with that being said, now let's talk about my grinding routine when it comes to passive income, how I'm able to earn literally millions of dollars every single day just by recording videos and having fun with friends. Starting off, you're going to want to set your spawn location to the Fort Zancudo hangar. And the reason why is because every single time you load into Grand Theft Auto Online, you're going to immediately pay Rooster $25,000 and he's going to go source you a crate. Now yes, I know, Rooster does not give the most money when it comes to passive income. But, especially if you're a player like me that takes advantage of the high demand bonus, you can still have a pretty high profit with Rooster. On average, he's bringing back one crate, which is worth $30,000, and you're paying him $25,000. So even at worst, you're still making a profit. But he also has a 25% chance to bring back two crates, and then you're making a $35,000 profit. But the real important part is selling in a public lobby, because if you fill your entire warehouse using Rooster, and then you sell in a public lobby, you're taking what is a potential income of like $500,000 and you're boosting that to $750K. So it's actually pretty good income. It's nothing crazy, but it's a lot easier than constantly grinding out the hangar, which can be one of the most annoying businesses out there. So once every 48 minutes, make your way over to the hangar, pay Rooster 25 grand, set it, and forget it. With that being said, now that brings us over to our special cargo warehouses. After you're done with Rooster, you're going to go into your interaction menu and you're going to scroll until you find the salvage yard. The salvage yard is still my favorite passive business in the game, and that's because it literally requires almost zero effort and earns so much in return. The way the salvage yard works is you have tow truck missions, and every 2 minutes you are able to do a tow truck source. You can only do 2 tow truck sources every 48 minutes though. So basically you do one source, you have to wait a 2-minute cooldown, and then you can do the second source. Now the reason this is so good is, first of all, the tow truck missions themselves are very quick. Usually they are located in the city and they take me like 2 minutes to grab the vehicle and bring it back to my salvage yard. Even if they're located in Sandy, it's not that big of a deal. It takes at max like 5 minutes. So this one here, 0.5 miles. All I have to do is grab the vehicle, bring it back to the salvage yard. If you get cops, I'm pretty sure you can just kill yourself and then you'll lose the cops. So that also doesn't require all too much effort to do. And the reason this is so good is for 2 different reasons. First of all, in 48 minutes, the vehicle that you have brought into your salvage yard will be dismantled, and in return, you will make around $35,000. So if you grab 2 vehicles, you're making $70,000. Now that alone isn't anything insane. The reason it's actually very profitable is because not only do you get that $70,000, but you also get passive income. $24,000 of passive income every 48 minutes, and it slowly depletes over time. I don't know if the game lets me claim, no, because I'm in a mission, but I have literally been claiming residual passive income from my salvage yard for probably the last week now. I have not done a single salvage, but yet I'm still making money from it. It's not a lot, it's only like $3,000 at this point, but still, the fact that I don't have to lift a finger and I just make income is kind of wild. So here we are, we've already brought our vehicle back to the salvage yard. That's it, done. That's $35,000 plus that passive income. And the best part is it slowly depreciates over time. So what that means is it's not like it goes from 24,000 to 0. It goes 24,000, 22,000, 20, 19, 18, 17.5, 16, 16.5, and it slowly goes down. If you do all of the math correctly, you are earning realistically about $300-ish to $400,000 when you salvage 2 vehicles. So it's about 5 to 10 minutes of work, and in return, you're making $400,000. That is crazy. So take advantage of the salvage yard. Then that brings us to the highest earning passive business in the game. One that you wouldn't even expect. It's special cargo. Yeah, you heard that right. Special cargo has 5 different large warehouses you can buy. And we can see them all here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, these aren't the only 5 you can purchase. There's a bunch, and they're scattered all around the city. However, I would highly recommend to buy these 4 that go on the same kind of gradient. And the reason why is because you want to save as much time as possible paying your associates to go and get you crates. As I always say, time is money. It only takes me about 2 minutes to go each one of these warehouses and then fly my oppressor over to this last one here. It's very quick, it's very painless, and special cargo will earn you about $144,000 every hour if you have large warehouses. If you have medium or small warehouses, you will earn less, and it's because the crates themselves are worth less in smaller warehouses. But unlike the hangar, you don't have to worry about, different crates being worth different amounts of money. All the crates that are sourced are worth the same amount. And the coolest part about special cargo is, let's say I close GTA, right? Let's say I quit the game, boom, I'm no longer playing GTA. The craziest part about these special cargo warehouses is that you will still have the crates delivered in 48 minutes, whether you're playing the game or not, which actually makes it a really solid business, even if you're going AFK, because it doesn't matter if you get kicked or doesn't matter if anything happens. So the last warehouse I always recommend to go to, and the most important special cargo warehouse to buy, is this one here, the Darnell Bros warehouse. Now, why is this one so important to have? Well, it's because it's right next to the Darnell Bros garment factory. And the garment factory has the terabyte inside of it, which is another great way of earning income and restocking our businesses. So we can see I'm just going to pay my last associate here. Boom. That was really easy. On average, it takes me about 3 minutes to 2 minutes to do all these warehouses, which is just so simple. So, now, we just head over to my garment factory, which is literally 5 seconds away. And the reason going to your garment factory is so important, as I mentioned, is the terabyte. If you own a garment factory, send your terabyte to it. As soon as we enter, boom, there's my terabyte. And if we go inside of my terabyte, well, I guess we have to wait for the blue circle to appear. But when we go inside of my terabyte, now we can access all of the other passive businesses. So if we hop onto the planning screen really quickly, we can access the bunker. Register as a boss. Here we go. Resupply my bunker. $75,000. Boom, done. Then we can make my way over to my nightclub. I can increase my nightclub popularity. My nightclub right now is what, 70-ish%? If we want that 100%, we rebook Solomon. Then we go over to the Black Madonna, rebook you. Then we go back to Solomon. We spent $30,000, and that should raise us about 30% on our nightclub popularity. Boom, done. So there you go. Now my nightclub is full on popularity. If I have problems with my warehouse management, because sometimes this bugs out, boom, I can fix my warehouse technicians just like that, and I can even sell all of my goods at the same time. If you really wanted to, you can also manage the motorcycle club businesses from this page, but I wouldn't recommend to do that because I absolutely hate the motorcycle club business. You can also immediately spawn your Oppressor Mark II right out of your terabyte, which is super chill. The last business in the game that I would recommend to use passively is Mutt, and that is for the Acid Lab. If you scroll in your contacts list on your phone, once you find the M's, you will see Mutt as an option. And Mutt is super nice, because instead of having to go to a physical location, when he picks up, you can then pay, $60,000 for me to go source supplies. So just like that, my Acid Lab is now going to be fully stocked. I don't ever have to worry about it. And if you want to increase your Acid Lab income, at least once every 24 hours, you can just go to the Acid Lab and request it, and then it will spawn in, and you can hop inside and increase your passive income. So, honestly, I think this is a super, super simple way to get all of these businesses set up. I mean, you are seeing how long today's video took to record. It's not a very long video, and it didn't take me a whole lot of effort. I usually do this when I log in on my Broke to Millions account. Not on this account, because I already have 450 million, and it's not that important anymore. But on my Broke to Millions account, this is how I'm able to achieve such levels of wealth with very little time being put into the game. Because instead of, focusing on all of the active grinding, what I'll do is just set up all the passive income, chill with some friends, and by the time I log off for the day, I've already earned $2 to $3 million with my Acid Lab, with all of my bunker supplies, and my special cargo. It's a lot of income when you actually add it all up. Now, there's one final thing that we're going to talk about today, and that is earning income AFK, just in case you aren't aware about this. If you go onto your phone, that's not what I meant to do. If you go onto your phone, you will find the Downtown Cab Co. as a contact option. And contacting them will, well, let me hop off my oppressor. I think it bugged out because I was on the oppressor. But when you call Downtown Cab Co. and you're not on a flying bike, you are going to get a reply saying a taxi's on its way. For some reason, if you get inside of a taxi and you stare at the navigation screen, it doesn't kick you from the game, and all of your passive businesses will earn money. I thought this was actually patched because a lot of people are telling me it was, and then I tested it myself, and it still works completely fine. So there's our taxi right in front of us. We just gotta wait for the taxi to stop. We hop into the back of it, and that's all we have to do. I don't have to touch anything. We are now doing the AFK method. Now, if this does get patched in the future, let me know in the comments. But either way, this is the easiest way to earn money in the game, right? A lot of people think that I try hard GTA and that's how I earn my income. Not really. Every single night on my Broke to Millions account, I have my passive businesses running. I do the exact strategy I just showed you. I go to sleep. I wake up the next day. I sell my nightclub. I sell my bunker. I claim all of the business income from my agency, from my salvage yard. I do 2 quick salvage missions again. And just like that, I'm literally earning so much money. Salvage yard alone has usually around $300,000 in it by the time I wake up because it's run its course all throughout the night. The nightclub usually has around $600,000 to $700,000 in it from passive income on the warehouse technicians alone. Another $200,000 in the safe, so that's close to $1 million there. And that's also if I only sold solo lobby. I usually sell public, which gives you that high demand bonus. And then you add all of these other things, the Acid Lab, which cannot get raided. It's just great, and special cargo as well. All of these businesses added together are like $2+ million of income AFK. I don't have to lift a finger. But you guys can let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.